elbow hold on bottom floor defense in Oregon. And that's really important because there are only two really solid sites for this map, top floor and bottom floor. So if a Flores is brought, that means you only have one true safe place, and even that top floor is directly influenced harshly by the Flores. So getting rid of him just eliminates a whole slew of possibilities for the attackers. I think it's a solid ban, specifically on this map. Tachanka has a very specific use case. His radius is rather small. It's been buffed, but the duration is rather short, also buffed, but still like only certain situations where you're going to find use out of his utility. I do think that there are more situations where his utility is useful, either way, on this map. So this is a good pick for Bolo. I know people are going to say, oh, haha, he's trolling. But no. I actually think that you can make that viable on Oregon. There's just so many tight corners and so many close engagements. It kind of makes sense. Plenty of places to lob those fire grenades.
My speculation, though, about Rudy, as we look towards the other operator that was mentioned on this blitz, was that he would go through blue. Oh, no. Instead, he's going through Freezer, and he's being accompanied by Sippin.
Ooh, there's the molly we were looking for. Rudy will eat a chunk of damage. More than half his HP. And Bolo, he knows what he's doing with this. There's been a lot of potential in Tachanka wrapped up in that utility. You just have to know exactly where to place it, and Bolo has clearly been practicing.
More fire going out in front of Rudy, who's not been able to gap close as much as he wanted. 45 seconds left, and Beast Coast's focus on Freezer, but also at the bottom of main stairs. They don't really have much of an emphasis on the back part of this map. Fozo is there all alone. This is something we've seen from Beast Coast before, where they'll send Fozo through the back stairs to try and split push on his own. Despite the fact that they had a blitz on the board, it doesn't go very well for them as TSM is just absolutely cleaning up, and Bolo gets a huge moment at the end of the round and takes out two separate members of Beast Coast. TSM makes it look easy as BC's entire push falls apart, and round one goes in favor of TSM.
You gotta love it when a plan comes together, Parker. And let's talk about that Tachanka play. I know we've been talking about Tachanka as an operator for a lot here, but I need to dissect what just happened. Bolo clearly was aware of where his Molotovs were going. The first few went to the same position, and that position was so powerful, just on the other side of the lockers inside of Freezer. That not only forces the attackers back from that position where they are primed and ready to strike in through Freezer, but it also prevents their cross in general to deeper in Freezer. That means they have no control over the site, no leverage with which to facilitate a push into site for the laundry players. That's huge! And that's just a few mollies. No exposure at all, no risk taken from the Tachanka, and he stops the Freezer take cold. Love it. Well practiced, well thought out there from TSM. There was no cross from Freezer that Beast Coast could have taken where they run no risk of dying, or rather even no serious risk of dying. It was a pretty desperate push there.
But Merc will re-engage. Oh no, damage done to him, but he's still around.
Ooh.
What a nice shot on the Fozo.
That was clean. As Fozo hits the floor, there's still one player inside of Tower. Achieved is trying to flank Tower right now. He's in meeting by stage, leading into Green Hall. He'll think better of it. Here's someone maybe by split. He's worried about his flank. Merc is trying to assist. There's still someone in Tower, Merc! Biologic gets a freebie. His first kill of the match. And he seems to be aware of the potential green presence. Pojo will get Anthony, but no, he looks the wrong way! And Achieve brings this back to a decisive TSM lead.
So rare to see the TCSG in hand, but Pojo is putting it to good use. Bolo's been down, so it's a 3v2, still favoring TSM. If Bolo can get picked back up, then he's in a better spot. Pojo trying his best, but now he's disoriented. With Bolo still down and Pojo now dying, it's a 2v2. Achieved and Chala will need to do work, but you can never count Chala out. He takes down Rudy, and Sippin is there now as well. Does a lot of damage to Achieved. Expecting a push from the back, Sippin looks in that direction. He's going to have to post up. He could actually capitalize quite well on Achieved. He does so, but Chala does Chala things, and TSM takes their second round in a row.
Chala just does not lose those with Frost. You put that weapon in his hand, the 9mm, and he makes it work with the 1.5, 35 bullets in the magazine. Beautiful stuff from Chala. Now, something else different going on here in this round is that wall getting opened up right there. With that open, it's going to be a lot easier for Beast Coast to apply pressure to the top floor, but they're still going to lose the first player. It's Rudy to go down. That's not a great start for him, obviously. Achieved is primed and ready for a second one. For some reason, Fozo is on a solo entry downstairs. That is worrisome. Your hard destructor, at least one of them, by himself trying to clear out roamers? I don't know about that. And we've also lost Biologic. Things continue to get worse, but thankfully, Anthony's able to get one at least. Pojo will answer elsewhere, and this is still TSM remaining dominant. This could be that third round. They've been looking so good on this defense so far. I don't know if Beast Coast has any recovery potential here.
Fozo just can't go anywhere as he just gets pumped full of bullets from the K1A of the Vigil. Achieved credited with that one, and it puts Anthony in a 1v4. All but starting for TSM to move up 3-0. Yeah. It would be, in this case, a perfect rotation, and Anthony looks towards Merc, but it's Bolo to steal the kill away from him. Jason, that's not very nice. You need to share with your teammates. They're all sharing in the lead, though, now, as TSM is up 3-0. And I can't even really pinpoint anything wrong with TSM that you could potentially take advantage of. When DZ was losing on defense, the reason why was that they didn't have a full idea of where they needed to hold map control. SSG found those spots, those holes in their defense. They exploited them. There's no real weaknesses here that TSM is presenting, at least not that I've seen. And you touched upon Fozo being alone, but that is actually textbook Beast Coast. Every time you see Beast Coast play on this map, Fozo tends to be by himself, usually somewhere over near tower. That's just the way they do it. The Maverick has a single job. Fozo is usually capable of surviving long enough to get it off. In this case, whether he survives or not, Fozo's not been able to find anything on the scoreboard. They didn't like him on the hard destructor. The Maverick obviously is not working out well after 2 or 3 attempts at it, rather. He's now on the Yana. Yana is a strong operator on Oregon, not just able to drone effectively with her clone, but also brings grenades, and you have the Gon 6 as your secondary. So lots of soft destruction that Fozo will bring.
Even more Giga Brain. Didn't even catch this the first time. The barbed wire that Bolo just put down inside a freezer. That's his prompt for the mollies. It's exactly where the molly lands. So you hear the rustle of the barbed wire, you hear someone hit the barbed wire, and no, you're tossing out Molotovs. Very aggressive play here from Bolo, and he almost loses his life to the nade tossed in by Rudy, but he'll get out of that knowing that he has a larger role to play further in the round. Yeah, the one advantage that Beast Coast has right now is that they've managed to clear out all the roamers, they've got the vertical, and they now have a great situation to set up their execute. They can go from either way. Blue tower to pillar, freezer in main. I don't know if they want to deal with that Tachanka, though. That setup really did throw a wrench in the plans of Beast Coast last time. And I think it's more likely Beast Coast is going to angle for the blue tower, especially with their positioning right now. That's not going to be an easy proposition either, though. The way that this is set up, TSM has a good hold on pillar still as we hit the very last minute of this round.
Obviously, Beast Coast didn't like that freezer take, which means that Bolo will have to look elsewhere to do some damage. This back tower take that's going to come out, and a drop through E-Box is all but the norm when it comes to this map. Which is looking to engage at a very close range, as an Ella will thrive in that particular area, but I don't know if he gets droned out or not. Teamwork instead. Some of those tosses from over towards blue, and Pojo knows he can't really fight that. He's going to try anyway. Fozo takes out Bio. No, that's not supposed to happen. The first kill technically goes to TSM as a member of Beast Coast goes down. Sippin meets a similar fate. It's Bolo from deep inside of the site. Rudy watching over the hatch that'll drop into E-Box with Fozo in that same direction, but guess what? A Shumika launcher is going to stop your advance. On the ground, Chala guns down Fozo. He's not looking in that angle at all. Anthony with one on the Pojo. Rudy drops. He's dead. Bolo a double kill. And Anthony in a 1v4 with 3 seconds left knows he's not going to be able to accomplish anything at all. He's got that diffuser, but you might as well drop. Nobody from TSM is going to get the kill. So, well, if you're Chala and Bolo, you still stay alive. Through 4 rounds, they haven't died just yet, and TSM have not dropped a round through this game. Anywho, an upstairs defense for the second time in a row. TSM has yet to drop a single part of this map, and well, would you look at that? Their fortunes for this 5th round are looking pretty good. Rudy, the sledge, is 0-5. That is not where you want to find yourself at all, especially playing on what is often an entry or second entry position, depending on the way that Beast Coast organizes these pushes. Now, in a way, it was technically an entry for Rudy, but he died. So that is an unfortunate situation to find yourself in. Ojo is still playing off this angle. He does a lot of damage. That wasn't a headshot on the Sippin at all. Must have hit the shoulder. Well, Michael, it wasn't a headshot because it didn't hit the head. Oh, no. Bolo in action. Pojo gets one. Nobody from TSM has died in this round. Bolo is 8-0. Chala is 5-0. And Beast Coast, despite the praises of the analyst desk, are having some bad luck.
Yeah.
Fozo finally gets his very first kill, taking out Achieved, who swings from over towards Split. And now Fozo will head up the main stairs where Bolo is playing. Pojo is playing as well. And Fozo must have been doing some aim labs because he shoots the Nitro Cell through the air, but he's not able to stop the bullets at all. Bolo picks up the very final kill. 9-0. TSM 5-0. Final defense for TSM coming up.
Ooh, Parker.
Could be. Now, anyway, the focus from Beast Coast with a minute to go is towards the back of the tower, and they're just going to huck some nades in and hope to find something as Merc is playing off of that deployable shield over an attic. Good night to Achieved. My goodness. That was a nice shot from Bio, and he read him perfectly for it. Fozo can't do too much to take out Chala, as TSM are now scamper off the positions that they held. One player from TSM still lurks downstairs on what is a joint kitchen/meeting defense. Fozo's in, but my goodness, what a shot from Chala. Not too far off of him, there's Sippin, and he's going to be hot on the trail of this smoke, playing off of the position, and as well, Chala, the mute, playing over by Split. Down he goes, so Sippin will need to do some work. He finds Chala, but 2 more to go. Diffuser surrendered over by what used to be sandbags, but now is just an overturned table. Sippin picks it up, but if he goes to defuse, well, they're going to hear him. Bolo will creep on around, and it's an easy kill. Bolo survived that entire first half, not dying once. Must be an absolutely demoralizing matchup so far for Beast Coast, but a round or two here could completely flip the momentum of this matchup. Not necessarily out of reach just yet, but this is a steep mountain that Beast Coast is going to have to climb to get back into this game. 6 unanswered rounds. We very rarely see 6 rounds in a row. We did technically see it in the previous matchup. Dark Zero pulled it off against Space Station and did end up coming away with a victory despite losing some of that momentum. For Beast Coast, you were hoping to God that a round or two here can possibly slow down TSM, but it doesn't start off on good footing at all. Anthony dies to Achieved. Fozo now waiting to see if somebody's going to push in through big window. Is Fozo positioned in a way that he's shown? Achieved can't see him. He's got a grenade, though. He'll toss it in, and there's some damage done, but not quite enough. Rudy goes down now, too, as well. 30 seconds remaining, and there's Fozo, but he can't hit a broadside of a barn. Bio and Sippin in a 2v5. Nitro Cell goes off. Nobody there at all. Bio will retake. Damage being done, and he gets a kill onto Merc, but there's so many more that he's going to need to get. But he's not going to get any of them. Neither is Bio, neither is Sippin, neither is Beast Coast. Did Bolo die? Because I didn't see whether he actually went down or not, but it's a 7-0 for TSM. That one was over before it even started, Michael.